Hey guys, today I'm going to share with you a really detailed review of a curriculum that we used this past year. It is Math in Art by Blossom and Root. If you're interested in that, let's get started. First of all, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Kaela. I'm a second generation homeschool mom to two girls aged 7 and 4 in Texas, and this is Ode to Abode, a place where I love to talk about home education, homemaking, and parenthood. If you love those things too, click that subscribe button so you can hang around and join the fun. Click that notification bell so you'll be one of the first to know when I make a new video. Alright, so in my last video, I discussed how we do group subjects and family style learning. And one of the curriculums that we have been successful doing family style learning with is our art study curriculum that we started last year, and we still haven't finished it yet, but I feel like I've had enough experience with it to show you guys a really thorough flip through and review. So the curriculum we're going to be looking at is called Math in Art by Blossom and Root. And Math in Art is kind of an introductory art study curriculum, but the reason it has that math in there, you're looking at art that has a lot of mathematical concepts in the art, like symmetry, straight lines, geometric shapes versus organic shapes, and so on. So let's flip the camera around and get a really good look at this curriculum. Okay, y'all, so this is a PDF curriculum, meaning that you will have to print it yourself. I showed you the cover page, but I don't have it here printed for you. So I just printed this curriculum and put it into a 3-ring binder. You could obviously have this spiral bound if you prefer to do it that way. It's totally up to you. When you open the curriculum, there's going to be a page here that I've obviously highlighted a lot, where she tells you how to teach the curriculum. It's a nice overview of how to teach the curriculum. And just like anything with Blossom and Root, the creator of Blossom and Root, Christina, really encourages you to go off and follow your children's questions and interests. And she really encourages rabbit trailing and deep diving rather than just sticking to the curriculum. This curriculum becomes a really great jumping off point for you to do more study and more research. And then we have our table of contents. So these are kind of the main categories of what you're going to be covering in this curriculum. She gives you a really nice supply list. Most of the supplies for this curriculum are going to be things that you already have around the house or just kind of general school supply type things. Nothing too major here. And then we get right into the curriculum. So this is a curriculum that is set up per week, meaning that you can decide how you implement this on any given week. It's really up to you to make that schedule. Each of your weeks is simplified onto just one page spread. This is week 1. We're going to be looking at Kandinsky's shapes. You would start off the week with the actual picture study. The way that I would typically do this is I would just do a Google search of this work of art. So in this case, Kandinsky's squares with concentric circles. I would just do a Google image search of that and pull it up on our laptop or our desktop computer. She suggests letting your children look at the piece of work for a while and then putting it away so that they can't see it while you discuss it. So it's almost like a little bit of memory work there. You're trying to get them to really notice things. Even when the picture is taken away, there's things that have made an impression on them. And so that's what you want to discuss with your child. And then part 2 would be exploring the math concept in that painting. Part 3 is exploring the art. And basically here what we're trying to do is we're trying to emulate the work of art or the style of the work of art and make our own art that's inspired by it. She'll give you a supply list that you'll need for that art activity. And then right here, these are kind of like your main points for the week. So she's telling you the main concept of math that you're learning from this work of art, as well as the work of art itself. And that is it. It is so simple and really easy to turn this into what you want it to be. You can really modify this and adjust it, customize it to whatever you want it to be for your homeschool, which is something that I personally really appreciate in homeschool curriculums, is when they are flexible and I have that opportunity to kind of make it what I want it to be. So basically, this is what all of your weeks are going to look like. But let's just do a quick flip through. So we are covering works by Kandinsky. I think it was like 3 weeks in a row. No, just the first 2 weeks we covered Kandinsky. And then we moved on to Steichen, Matisse, more Matisse, Pete Mondrian. This was a favorite of my girls. I might throw up some of the artwork that they made from this. And I just want you to know, she has suggested activities for how to do this, but sometimes me and my girls wouldn't stick to this suggested idea. We might think of a different way. I would just let the girls go with that if they could think of something different that they wanted to do for the week that was still inspired by the same piece. So we're still studying the same work of art and having the same discussion. We just might change up the actual activity a little bit. We have more by Pete Mondrian. We have some Picasso. We have Frank Lloyd Wright, Seurat, Van Gogh, and then we have some Aboriginal paintings. I do really appreciate how much effort the creator of Blossom and Root has put into making this a diverse art study. You're not just looking at works of art by, European white men. You're looking at works of art from all over the world, which is really awesome. And so, yeah, each week basically looks the same, and you can definitely adjust, modify, make it what you want it to be. And this is a 36-week art curriculum. Obviously, you could adjust that if you have a different yearly homeschool schedule, but it is set up for 36 weeks. Really, what this curriculum, what the purpose of this is to just give you a very small amount of structure and a brief outline for a year's worth of art study. And this art study is around that common theme of mathematical concepts, which I think is so unique and really cool. And yeah, if you are like me and you just need a little bit of structure, a little bit of guidance, you want to make sure that you are getting some art study in, but you also don't want, this really detailed schedule of a million things to do each week. This curriculum might be the perfect place for you to start. And again, this is year 1. So this is her grade 1 Math in Art by Blossom and Root. We have really enjoyed this curriculum. We have not finished it because we do art study very sporadically. It's not a huge priority in our homeschool. My kids are still very young, so we're still focusing on those core subjects. We're still focusing on math and language arts. That is the first priority in our homeschool. But things like this are really awesome for adding some enrichment and some fun and getting kids just to see more of the world. I highly recommend this curriculum if you're looking for a place to start with art study. If you want something that's going to represent diverse artists, that's going to be inclusive, that is just going to be really simple and flexible, I highly recommend this. All right, y'all. I hope that you enjoyed this little flip through and review. I would definitely recommend Blossom and Root. I'm looking forward to trying their next grade levels with their art study. because we had really good success with the first grade math in art. I recently found some more great resources for our art study that we're going to be starting in our upcoming school year, and I will be sharing those soon. Art study is an enrichment thing for us. It's not something that we do every day, and honestly, it's not even something that we do all that regularly. It's really kind of a fun extra for us. So I'm not worried about sticking to a grade level with it. My goals with art study are really to get my children to notice art, to be familiar with famous works of art, to be able to practice their own art skills, also get in that routine of really just discussing works of art. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. If you have any favorite resources for art study or picture study that you want to share, drop them down below, please. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see y'all in the next one. Happy homeschooling.